Aqui está a primeira parte do roteiro completo de meditação, dividido em 3 partes como solicitado. Meditation on Mindfulness and Inner Peace, Part 1. Take a moment to reflect on the simple act of being present. Life moves quickly, often blurring the line between one day and the next, and it's easy to lose ourselves in the noise. But mindfulness offers us a way to reclaim those lost moments, to step out of the rush and be fully present in the now. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing one's attention back to the current moment, not allowing the mind to wander into the past or rush into the future. It is a quiet awareness of our surroundings, thoughts, and emotions without the need to judge them. In this space, we find a deeper connection to ourselves and the world around us. In this practice, the breath becomes a central element. The breath is one of the most basic and fundamental functions of life. It flows naturally without thought, yet it is one of the most powerful tools we have to ground ourselves in the present. Observing the breath without changing or controlling it can become a powerful anchor to keep the mind from drifting. The air that fills our lungs, that rises and falls with each breath, is often taken for granted. But in this moment, it becomes an essential gateway to presence. As we bring our awareness to the breath, we begin to notice its qualities, the gentle in and out, the sensations of air entering and leaving the body. This simple awareness can be enough to pull us into the present moment. Thoughts will inevitably come. This is the nature of the mind. It generates thoughts. Some may be fleeting, like a passing breeze, while others may linger, demanding attention. It is here that mindfulness teaches us the art of non-attachment. We allow thoughts to arise and fall away, without clinging to them or pushing them aside. They are clouds passing through the sky of our mind, transient and temporary, constantly shifting and changing. As we become more aware of our thoughts, we begin to see patterns. There are often recurring thoughts, fears, concerns, or daydreams that keep reappearing. These patterns can offer us insight into our emotional state. Perhaps we are often pulled into worry about the future, or perhaps we are replaying moments from the past. Whatever the case may be, mindfulness allows us to notice these patterns without judgment, simply observing their presence. In these moments of awareness, a deeper understanding begins to unfold. We start to see that we are not our thoughts. Our mind generates them, but they are not the essence of who we are. Thoughts are temporary phenomena, arising and fading, much like the breath. And just as we observe the breath without interference, we can observe our thoughts in the same way, with a sense of openness and curiosity. Always strive for your best and always try to dedicate time for yourself. Aqui está a segunda parte do roteiro completo de meditação. Meditation on Mindfulness and Inner Peace, Part 2. As we continue this practice, we shift our awareness from thoughts to emotions. Emotions, like thoughts, are fleeting and ever-changing. They rise and fall like waves in the ocean, sometimes calm and gentle, other times powerful and overwhelming. But no matter their intensity, emotions are temporary. Mindfulness helps us experience these emotions fully without being consumed by them. Rather than resist or avoid difficult emotions, mindfulness encourages us to turn towards them with compassion and curiosity. When anger, sadness, or frustration arise, we allow ourselves to feel them, acknowledging their presence without being swept away. We don't push them aside, nor do we cling to them. Instead, we observe them with the same non-judgmental awareness that we bring to the breath. It's important to remember that emotions are simply signals. They tell us something about our internal experience, about what we care for, what we fear, what we desire. In the same way we can observe our thoughts, we can observe the sensations and feelings in the body that come with our emotions. Where do we feel tension, discomfort, or tightness? Is there a heaviness in the chest or a knot in the stomach? These physical sensations are closely tied to our emotional states. As we observe these sensations, we practice letting go of the need to change or fix them. Instead, we simply allow them to be, knowing that they, too, will pass. This act of observation creates space within us, a space in which we can experience our emotions without being overwhelmed by them. We learn that emotions, no matter how intense, are not permanent. They are like waves. They rise, peak, and then eventually recede. This awareness of the temporary nature of emotions brings with it a sense of peace. we come to understand that we do not need to fear our emotions or run from them. Mindfulness allows us to meet them with patience and compassion, to see them as part of the human experience, and to let them go when they no longer serve us. As this understanding deepens, we may begin to notice how certain emotions tend to recur in our lives. Perhaps it's a lingering sadness or a recurring frustration. Mindfulness gives us the tools to explore these emotional patterns without judgment. We learn to ask, what is this emotion trying to tell me, rather than suppressing or avoiding it? With time, this practice of mindfulness towards emotions creates a greater sense of emotional resilience. We no longer feel controlled by our emotions, but instead, we become more grounded, more centered. We know that emotions will come and go, but that our awareness, the part of us that observes without judgment, remains constant and stable. Taking time for yourself is important so you can focus on looking your best. This newfound stability can have a ripple effect on other areas of our lives. We begin to approach difficult situations with more patience, respond to conflict with more calm, and navigate challenges with greater clarity. Mindfulness, in this way, becomes not just a practice for moments of stillness, but a way of being that permeates all aspects of our lives. The body, too, plays a role in this practice. Our physical sensations can serve as another anchor to the present moment. We often carry stress and tension in the body without realizing it. Tight shoulders, a clenched jaw, a furrowed brow. By bringing mindful awareness to the body, we begin to notice these areas of tension and release them, softening to the present moment. Again, the goal is not to change or fix anything, but to become aware. We observe the body as it is, with all its sensations, both comfortable and uncomfortable. And as we do, we begin to cultivate a deeper connection to the body, one that is rooted in acceptance and care. As we continue this journey of mindfulness, we begin to see how interconnected our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations truly are. Each one influences the other. Thoughts can stir up emotions, emotions can manifest in the body, and physical sensations can trigger thoughts. But in the space of mindful awareness, we observe these connections without becoming entangled in them. This is the essence of mindfulness, cultivating an inner stillness, even amidst the movement of the mind, heart, and body. The more we practice, the more we come to realize that we are not merely the thoughts we think, the emotions we feel, or the sensations we experience. We are the awareness behind it all, the steady presence that observes without judgment. Mindfulness allows us to witness the ebb and flow of life without getting caught up in it. We recognize that all things, thoughts, emotions, sensations, are temporary. They come and go, but our awareness remains constant. This recognition brings a profound sense of peace and acceptance. In this space of awareness, we can cultivate a deeper sense of compassion, not only for ourselves but for others as well. As we observe our own mind with kindness and non-judgment, we begin to extend that same kindness to those around us. We see that everyone is navigating their own internal world, facing their own thoughts, emotions, and challenges. Mindfulness fosters a sense of interconnectedness, a reminder that we are all part of the same human experience. Over time, mindfulness becomes less of a formal practice and more of a way of being. It permeates our daily lives, guiding us through moments of stress, conflict, and joy with the same gentle awareness. We learn to carry this presence into everything we do, whether it's having a conversation, completing a task, or simply being still. The practice of mindfulness also deepens our appreciation for life. In noticing the small details, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the sound of the wind in the trees, the taste of a meal, we begin to savor the richness of each moment. Even the mundane becomes meaningful when we bring our full attention to it. This awareness opens us up to a deeper sense of gratitude and contentment. And in the stillness of this mindful awareness, we find not only peace, but also clarity. We become more attuned to our inner wisdom, to the quiet voice within that knows what we need, that guides us toward healing and wholeness. This inner wisdom is always there, but it often gets drowned out by the noise of everyday life. Mindfulness helps us tune back into it, reminding us that we have the answers we seek within ourselves. You are special, a person who deserves the best. Seek what makes you happy and always prioritize yourself. Remember, mindfulness is not about achieving perfection or reaching a particular state. It's about showing up again and again with curiosity, compassion, and openness. Some days the mind will be busy, other days it will be quiet. But no matter what arises, we meet it with the same gentle awareness. As this practice ends, know that the space of mindfulness is always accessible to you. No matter how busy or chaotic life may seem, the present moment is always available as a refuge. All it takes is a moment of awareness, a pause to breathe, and reconnect with the now. Carry this awareness with you as you move through your day. Let it be a reminder that you are not defined by your thoughts or emotions, that beneath it all, there is a steady presence, a calm awareness that is always with you. This awareness is your anchor, your guide, and your source of peace. Thank you for taking this time for yourself, for cultivating this space of mindfulness and inner peace. May you continue to return to this practice, to nourish your mind, body, and soul, and to carry the peace you've cultivated into all aspects of your life.